Hey everyone, welcome to the HR Green Room, the place where people, culture and a couple of splashes of green come together. We're your hosts. I'm Michelle from Sage People and
I'm James from Phase 3.
Together we lift the curtain on the world of HR with fresh ideas, honest conversations and a few surprises along the way. I wonder what they're going to be, James. Each episode will ask what made us green with envy, what deserves the green light, and of course we'll be joined by brilliant guests. I'm really excited to bring along some of our colleagues and experts, and they'll bring their own bit of colour to the conversation. So grab a seat. The show's about to start in the HR Green Room. I don't know about you, James, but I'm super excited about this podcast.
We've been talking about this for so long as well, so I'm so happy that we're finally doing it now.
I know. And it just takes the right people. We've got an amazing team behind the scenes. They're here. Yeah. We'll shout out later, but to bring this all together. So, and of course, our wonderful audience who is here listening to us today. So thank you so much.
Hopefully more than two people. Yeah.
Yes, so spread the word, people. Yeah. Definitely. Once you see it, please spread the word with all your contacts, etc. It'll be so amazing. Shall we talk a bit more about us? Let the team know.
Who are we, and why should people be bothered about listening to us? Yeah, you go first, ladies first.
Are you sure? Yeah. Okay, so you've probably seen me before. So I do quite a lot of the films at the events that Sage attend.
She's never off camera.
I love a microphone. I'm really sorry, and hence why I'm hosting with James today. So I head up our customer success team for Sage People. So I make sure that all our customers feel valued and loved and getting the most out of our Sage People product. So that's my job, James.
It's really interesting as well, isn't it, just picking up on that, because when you think Sage, you don't automatically think HR, do you? So this is hopefully going to be enlightening for people as well in terms of what Sage People, Sage HR and some of the other HR products do. But yeah, in a similar vein, I'm James, I'm COO of Phase 3. In terms of my background, I've been at Phase 3 now for 11 years. So I was employee number 5 when I started. So
you've got shares?
No. No, I feel like I should have, but no. We've been working together for 11 years. Before that, I came from HR and payroll. So I started my career stupidly out of school. I went straight to college, did business studies, went to university, studied HR. I was only the person on my course, actually, who was doing HR straight from school. Everybody else worked in HR. Wow. And I did a sandwich course, which meant you had to work for a year in HR between year 2 and 3. Uh-huh. I did that True James style during year 2. So I worked full-time whilst being at university.
Wow.
And worked in HR and payroll in an outsourced provider for Middlesbrough Council at the time. So that was one of my first jobs in HR.
God, hard?
It was interesting, going straight into local government, but then working for a private company in local government gave me a bit of the balance of both. And at the time, funnily enough, because I was at university trying to pay my way, the job I had was a temporary job, so I couldn't give up my weekend job that I got. I worked in a garden centre, Greenfingers.
Did you?
Yeah. And so I was at uni Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, work Middlesbrough Council Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, Friday, and then a garden centre Saturday, Sunday. So that was my life for...
So you're exhausted.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah, but it was a really good introduction to HR, and one of the best things about working at Middlesbrough Council was they paid for me to do a course alongside my degree in payroll.
Oh.
So I learned payroll as well whilst I was there. So you've known
it since you were...
Since 19, yeah. Yeah, that's when I started there. So, yeah, I'm not going to say how many years I am, but let's say I've double that time I've spent working in HR and payroll now.
So would you say you're a bit of an expert in payroll, James? Is this what you're trying to get across here?
A little bit, yeah.
I think so.
So, in terms of your career, where were you before Sage? Tell us all.
Oh God, it's a long one. I'm really, really sorry, but I suppose one of our questions actually later. I won't give my very first job, but I started my HR career at Tesco. So I'm a retailer at heart, and I was a checkout chick. Loved serving customers. I always got really good compliments about serving customers. Hence why I'm probably now in customer success. And a bit like you, whilst I was whilst I was doing my weekend job, I was also at university. So in those days, Tesco were one of the first retailers to let you transfer from store to store. So you could do a store, so I could work down in London and then come back home if I needed to. It's quite phenomenal. We didn't have the HR technology then to do it. It was all on a spreadsheet. It's many years ago, back in the 90s when I started Tesco. And then after uni, I joined their head office on the help centre. So I graduated in environmental biology. I'm in tech now.
And you went to...
And I went to tech. And then I needed a job. I had a boyfriend. We had a house. So I continued my career at Tesco, went to their help desk. And that's where I started learning the Tesco UK HR system. And it's like, it was black and white. It was really good.
That's DOS.
It was.
Yeah.
We had to dial in to the different stores to access their platforms. And we used function keys. So that was when they were processing their wages. They had wage clerks in every store, and they probably still do now. And then I did a bit of travelling. Split up with said boyfriend, did a bit of travelling, then came back and joined the Tesco graduation programme, which was in HR. And that's when I I ended up looking after the UK HR systems for Tesco in the UK, and worked very closely with the payroll guys as well. And whilst we were about 2 years into me graduating, so I was still like early 20s, we implemented PeopleSoft.
Right.
We were trying to implement PeopleSoft, which is Oracle PeopleSoft now. And I met a guy called Steve Alcock. If you're listening, Steve, hi.
So it's his fault.
Yeah, it's his fault. And I moved to the dark side. Steve was a consultant working with Tesco to bring in PeopleSoft. And I really liked the systems and I loved the consultative bit, so I became a consultant. And then my first customer, I left Tesco, and my first customer was Tesco. So I went back, and then I went on to work with Morrisons, and I worked with Morrisons for a couple of years. Hi guys, I'm Morrisons. And my boss, Charlotte Yardley, we met at Morrisons, and we've kind of like done most hospitality. So we worked at Whitbread, Pret a Manger, etc. So and then I went into customer success because I really love meeting customers and working with them and making sure they're getting the best out of the platform. So I've been in customer success for about 8 years now, maybe longer. And we're promoted to head of customer success for Sage People last year, and it's been phenomenal. We're doing so many changes and initiatives, and the tech, it's so exciting what's coming along. You know, it's
hard to keep up now, isn't it?
It's so hard to keep up, but I love Copilot.
Yeah.
It even knows how to write in Michelle's style. I go, can you just write that in Michelle's style? They're like, sure, I will write. It's so good.
What's Michelle's style? I need to unpick that one.
Essex. But yeah, all very good.
So your first job.
Okay, so first job. So you probably think it's Tesco, but it wasn't. I was a zookeeper, so it gets so
Can't
bad.
imagine you in a zoo.
So linked to my degree, it was environmental biology. I wanted to save the world. I was an eco warrior, and for my experience work placement, when are you 16?
Yeah.
16 doing that. I went to Paradise Wildlife Park, which is now Hertfordshire Zoo. I went there for a week, and they offered me a job over the summer. So I was training as a zookeeper, and I loved it. I got £11 a day.
Wow.
I know, it was good. I thought that was pretty good back then.
Yeah.
And I looked after mainly the monkeys. So we had baby monkeys, crash-eating monkeys, Tina and Tommy, and they would come in and go under your shirt and try it, and you'd have to feed them. Looked after our Coati Mungoos we had. We even had tiger cubs that came into the zoo, and I was able to actually travel around schools as well with our foxes and other bits and pieces. Got to go to Elstree Studios and film animals for a children's programme. So yeah, that was my first job.
Oh, you put mine to shame. So when I was at school, I was wanting to be a chef. I never wanted to go into business. And it's funny because it's only because the college I was going to go to do hospitality and catering management didn't have enough people for the course, so they cancelled it, so I ended up staying on doing business studies. So my first job was in a hotel. And similar, actually, I went on work experience for 2 weeks to 2 different hotels. And the first one I went to for the first week asked me if I wanted to come and work there for them. So, though not with animals, a lot of the people that go to hotels are animals in terms of the things that they leave behind, shall we say. But
and untidy, aren't they?
Yeah, well, and that was it. I was in housekeeping. So I started in housekeeping. And when you think of like huge banquet halls, it was a beautiful kind of Georgian manor that I worked in. And if you think of the function rooms that had like enough seats for 500 people in there, hoovering one of those from one end to the other with a Henry Hoover, that was my Saturday for about 5 years.
No.
Yeah, £3.5 an hour. Yeah, that was my hourly rate. And then I would started doing banqueting, so it'd be setting up for the weddings, and then started doing a bit behind the bar, a bit of waiting on, running the pass, those kind of things. So,
but it's good
really,
customer service, isn't it?
And I think
you learn how to work with customers.
Definitely. The biggest mistake I made, so it was a very fancy place, like I said, and you had tureen full of soup, and you had to ladle the soup into a bowl on your hand. So the tureen was there, bowl there, wedding dress.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm walking across the room, and the dance floor was one of those that was like clipped down because it was temporary. They moved it around, went flying over the dance floor, tripped up, spilled red tomato soup all over the bottom of the bride's dress. She was not happy. So yeah, I was covered in soup and burnt. So I had to sit behind reception with no trousers on for the rest of the day. So yeah, that was my before I went to work, and then I moved to a garden centre for 10 pence an hour more. £3.15.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't remember what I used to get at Tesco when I was a young girl, but it was.
They probably paid
felt,
well.
It felt like a lot of money then. Yeah, definitely.
So, we've got the first segment to go through. Back when you were green. So, when you first started out in HR.
Okay, it is HR related because it was when I was working in the people team at Tesco, but also when I was on the shop floor as well. So I had to do personnel on the shop floor. I've actually put here. Don't mess with union reps when you're doing performance reviews. That's very. We might have to cut that. That's very un-PC. But the Tesco union reps are so scary. But what I learned from being on the shop floor, but also at Tesco head office, was one of their values, and I hold it to my heart in every piece of my career and even as age, and that was to treat everybody as you expect to be treated, even in the HR function, because sometimes people think, oh, you're either really, when you work in HR, that you're really severe or strict, or you're there with a box of tissues, you know, and
tea and sympathy.
I mean, you know, we're human beings, and I just treat everybody, you know, the same. So with the same courtesy. So we're all human.
One of your clients actually has a policy that they don't share job titles, so nobody knows what level they're speaking with. So everybody is literally spoken to exactly the same.
Yeah. No, it's
well,
I love that.
Back when I was green, I'll tell you a story of one of the first mistakes I made in HR, which was I was in a recruitment recruitment admin. I was still at university. I was doing this kind of as a temp job in the evenings, and it was at a police force. It was for sergeants. They were recruiting, and the manager had given me a pack of, these are the ones I want, these are the ones I don't want. Mm-hmm. She put them in envelopes, and she'd put post-it notes on them. And somehow, don't know how I managed to do it, I put the yes pile in the confidential waste bin.
Oh no.
And put the no pile, thinking it was the yes pile, and sent out invites to interviews for them all. So I got this really angry manager then come to me saying, why have I got all these people that I'm interviewing for sergeant roles when I didn't want any of them? So she had to interview them all anyway.
Oh no.
Yeah. We had to find the key for the confidential waste bin and go routing through that. So that was back before, we didn't use Outlook, we had Lotus Notes back then.
Oh yeah,
wasn't really
Lotus
Notes,
yes.
Yeah. There wasn't really that much spreadsheets. We only just got past the time where people were using duplicate memos, typed out in a typing pool. So the thing I learned from that was to make sure you have a spreadsheet, and I always sent the schedule to the manager after that before I actually sent the invites out. But yeah.
Yeah.
One of those mistakes that you'll make once and you never do it again.
You
Yeah.
learn by your mistakes.
Absolutely, yeah. And I had a really good and supportive manager who didn't tell me off too much for it. So
Days. I would do something like that, James. No problems at all. What have we got next then? So
well,
we've
we're
got
still while we're agreeing with Envy, I suppose. People
Yeah.
might be envious of us because we're going to Paris.
What?
Not on holiday. Well,
C'est bon. So we're off to
Unleash.
Unleash, which is our HR, is a massive HR technology event. I did it last year. Were you there last year?
No, first time.
It is huge. So if you've ever gone to like CIPD or HR Tech in London, we've done both of those this year, didn't we? There's been so many events. I just got my social calendars just filling up. But this is like on a different scale. It's massive. You just get it takes you about a day to walk around. Just do one loop of it. So Sage have got a stand there, and if you've been to our events before, this stand is really new and funky. It looks absolutely
still got the
gorgeous.
cookie oven?
No,
Cookie oven in London's the one that always brings people around.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
huge round it, isn't it?
we've got coffee. We've got a coffee bar, and we've got a silent. Well, it's not. I want to say silent disco, but it's not a silent theatre. So you've got. So we'll be able to do little talks, etc. And we're going to have breakouts with customers. What do we call them? Round tables. I'm really, really excited. And James is coming with me.
Well, I managed to bag a ticket as a customer. Thank you.
Yes! Which will be really good. So we're going to be doing some work together whilst we're out there as well. I am actually on stage again.
Shock.
I'm on stage with
I was followed by a film crew at the end of the day.
I can't help it. Get me an agent, James. Get me an agent. So I'm co-presenting with Charlotte Yardley, so my director of success, and we are talking about HR analytics with HR. And if you've ever met the lovely Kate Travers, who's one of our solutions consultants, she's doing a piece on engagement and I can't think of the other word, well-being. With one of our partners, Uptime. So it's going to be really exciting. So we do have a spare ticket. So what should we do? So put a comment or
Yeah. If anybody wants to share their story of back when they were green, or share something they want to give the green light to, then we'll discuss it.
or ideas for
Ideas for future podcast episodes, yeah, exactly.
let us know and we'll pick
the
it.
best one. Let you pick.
You sure?
Yeah.
Aw. And you can come with us and meet us out there and we'll look after you.
And they're worth a lot, aren't they? About £3,000 for the ticket to get there.
They are a lot, yeah.
But there's a lot of content there, isn't it? The sessions are great.
Yeah.
Even if you are paying, there's lots of value that you get out of Unleash, from what I've heard from people that have been there in the past. And they always say they bring something back with them that they can action and start straight away, which is one of the best things about these kind of events, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, last year I felt like a groupie because Josh Burston went on stage, and you always hear about Josh. He's like a HR analytic super god, tells us what's happening in HR and what we need to do. And he came on stage. I was like, oh my god!
Fangirling up.
And Lucy's like, what's the matter? I was like, it's Josh Burston. Yeah. But he was amazing, and he's very American, and he's got it all sort of, he knows what he's doing. He's got a whole team of people behind him, and he's practiced but it was brilliant. But there was also one of my other colleagues I met there, Paul Torres from Chanel. Hi, Paul. His director was on.
Clang. We'll just pick up that name.
I know. Swag's always nice. But Chanel were on as well, so there's really big brands out there, and look, just talking to Paul, it was amazing. Just understanding how Chanel operates. It's welcome to the house. It's not, it's just it's so different. So and you'd be amazed how many people you do know, because the HR world is so small. Even when you're, you know, abroad from the UK, I've met so many people I knew there. So
I call it incestuous.
It's
one incestuous little pool of people that move around from. And I always think when you're at these events, the first half an hour is the funniest, because you see everybody swapping, going to the stand they used to be on.
Yes.
And they're all stood there in the wrong t-shirts, all wandering around,
Yes.
saying hello to each other and catching up and stuff. So
So
it's a small world.
We'll probably see Charlotte Mallinson,
Yes.
who used to head up sales for Say. She'll probably be on another stand, so we can say hello. But yeah, I see my ex bosses and whatnot, so it's good. It's worthwhile going for the 2 days.
Yeah,
you'll learn a lot.
There's some really good sessions on the show as well. Is there any that you're specifically looking forward to?
Mine, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm joking.
You're not there.
I love to hear the ones from like businesses, so like Chanel. I can't remember the big brand that's going to be there this year, but I love just hearing what they're doing and hearing what's going on, especially in the workforces, and how familiar it is with what we're seeing as well. It just kind of like resonates, like, okay, yeah, it is.
It's always interesting to see the huge corporates and what they're doing and how you can tailor that to the SME market a little bit more. Yeah. And we're, compared to Sage and many others, Phase 3 are tiny, really, kind of 100-ish employees. So, it's always really interesting to see how can I tailor that and bring it into a smaller business and make it work for us. And probably vice versa, there's things that we have that you would never be able to make work in a business as huge as Sage.
Exactly.
And
well, you're more flexible, adaptable, agile, etc. You know, there's bigger corporations, more processes and green or red tape to go through. So.
Okay, so Unleash, we're going to be there. Come see us, come say hello, be on the Sage stand.
I'll be the one with the microphone, you won't miss me.
And a pussy posse of like Leonardo DiCaprio following you around with cameras. That's what he calls them, isn't it? His pussy posse. That's
was it?
Yeah.
We're so on PC for HR. We keep it real, James.
Yeah,
we
keep it real. Yeah. Honest conversations. We said that in the intro.
Indeed. Do I need to do a green with envy?
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, go on. You go first. What are you agreeing with envy about this week, Michelle?
Okay. So I did need some help on this one. I'm just back from holiday, but I've just found out that at Phase 3 you do unlimited holiday.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Yeah, it's always a thing that piques interest for people. How does it actually work? So lots of research says that if you have unlimited leave, people take less, not more. That's not why we did it. So our policy, when we create it, we put in a floor cap that you've got to take at least 35 days. So it encourages well-being, obviously. It means you don't have to have separate policies for things like volunteering or bereavement or those kind of things. It's all wrapped into unlimited leave. There's rules around it, like you can't take the same day off every single week and effectively become part-time, because that's not fair to part-timers who are being paid part-time salaries. You've got to book at least so much notice, and you can't take more than 3 weeks in any one stint without permission from someone senior. But the point behind it is there's times when we're all busy and then we need a bit of a break afterwards. And the break shouldn't be at the detriment to you being able to have Christmas off or to go for that holiday in Australia that you've always wanted to do. So we brought it in really to be fair to employees. It's a huge value add. It's challenging to manage, and it is based on fair usage. So if somebody is taking the mick, basically, we will call them out on it. But luckily, we've not really had that many people who wanted to abuse the process. And it does work really well in terms of covering each other and people supporting each other to be able to take holidays. So if you've had that busy project, you take some time back after. So it gives that buy-in and it's give and take, basically. So
How long have you had it in place?
Probably about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So before then, we did buy and sell holidays.
Oh yeah, we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, traditional thing. But we introduced it as part of like a wider incentive package, because as a small business, incentives are really expensive.
Yes.
And as a delivery business in particular, obviously every day somebody takes off is a day's professional or managed services that we're not able to bill for. So it costs us double bubble basically when somebody takes leave. But it's great for new dads, for example, who can take longer off than just a 2-week statutory paternity and things like that. So yeah, it's an important benefit and one that we want to keep.
I love it.
So my green with envy, which I did write down and I've forgotten what it was. Bear with me, Carla, just a second.
I can't remember because you didn't tell me what it was.
No. Oh, well, it was, we've covered it. It was going to Paris.
Yes.
They're probably going
We're
to be...
making you green with
making
envy.
you green with envy on that
Perfect.
one. Yes.
And we're going to do this every episode. We're going to do the green of envy. I've forgotten the other one.
When you were green. Yeah. The green light, that's a feature as well that we'll have in subsequent weeks.
Perfect. I will get this down to a T by about the 10th episode.
We're starting out. We knew.
We're new. Okay.
So yeah, give us your thoughts, give us your feedback, give us your comments on what you want to see, what topics you want us to cover. Anything HR, payroll, tech related, we're down for that, and we're going to bring in some special guests as well.
Yes.
So thanks for joining Michelle and I in the HR Green Room. We'll be back with more honest conversations, brilliant guests, and our weekly features around what we need to give the green light to, what we're green with envy about. So don't forget to subscribe, give us your comments, enter the competition for the free Unleash ticket. And until next time, keep giving the green light to the things that matter the most.